Okay. Then the third kind of prayer is praying in the Spirit. I know this one we will spend more time here next time, because I'm sure Brother Lee would want to know more about it. Jude 20. Then Romans 8, 26, 27. And then Ephesians 6, 8. Those are the scriptures, but I want us to look at Romans 8, 26, 27. Praying in the Spirit. Very, very important. It's a blessing to you when you pray in the Spirit. It builds you up. It builds your faith. It matures you. It connects you with the heavens. It takes you to a different realm where anybody else does not experience, but you alone with God. It makes people misunderstand you. You become peculiar and irrelevant. Because once you are there, you are in another world. You operate at a different level. And when people look at you, they say, oh, I think something is wrong with him or her. I love it. I love it. I love that. I know Brother Lee and Jonathan, I'm sure you'd want to talk more about that, but I'll give you time to share with me what you think about it. Let us read the scripture. I think that is going to help us. Now, verse 26 says, likewise in the Spirit also helps us in our weakness. Now, what weakness? It's physical weakness, mental weakness. Any form of weakness, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit Himself makes intercession for us with groaning which cannot be uttered. Now, I'll talk about groaning there to help us understand. Now, He who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because He makes intercession for the saints according to the will of God. 28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, for those who are called according to His purpose. Now, but you see, it says, now He, the Holy Spirit, searches the hearts and knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because He makes intercession for the saints according to the will of God. Now, I'll give you a testimony about that. Praying in the Spirit, what you must understand and know is that it builds you up. It's there to build your spirit. The real man, not the physical man, the real man, the real you. Because you are a spirit living in the body. So when you speak in the Spirit, you speak mysteries. You're speaking what the mind does not understand. The mind does not understand because it is a mystery. The ears hear the sound, but the mind cannot comprehend. And the person next to you hears the sound, he cannot understand what you're saying unless he has the gift of interpretation. When you are speaking in tongues, but when you're praying in tongues, it is for you as an individual. There is a difference between speaking in tongues for interpretation, giving a word, and praying in the Spirit. Praying in the Spirit is to edify you as an individual, to build you up. You know, sometimes when you go to pray, you find you start praying in your language. The words that you speak are the words that you understand. You speak your language. Like English, you begin to pray in English. But when you're praying for 3 hours, you'll agree with me that time will come that you may be repeating yourself, the same words. But all of a sudden, when you have your prayer language, the Spirit will switch for you to now pray in the Spirit. And you pray in the Spirit for maybe 10 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on how you've trained yourself to pray. And all of a sudden, the Spirit of God tells you, you need to pray for Jonathan. And then you come back to your normal language. Then you pray for Jonathan. He is not there. Or you pray for... So, as you pray the Spirit will now take over and communicate to you through his mind, because he searches all things. He moves across. There is no distance in the spirit. And because I'm connected with Lee in the spirit, I'm in Africa, I was praying, and then all of a sudden I switch to my prayer language, and then I come back, the Spirit gives me the mind, his mind, and reminds me and tells me, you need to pray for Lee Greer. And Lee is not in Africa. Then I begin to pray for Lee. I say, I speak protection, I speak health, I speak favor. Now, that is exactly what Lee needs at that particular time. And that's why praying in the Spirit is very important. No wonder the devil fights it. And Jesus said, whoever blasphemes the Holy Spirit, he will not be forgiven. Because you are stopping the mind of God to operate in the lives of his children. So it is very, very important to train your spirit to pray. Prayer of praying in the Spirit. Very, very important. It blesses me. It builds you up. And many times after you pray in the Spirit, you'll agree with me. When you leave the prayer meeting, you feel that something has happened. You feel so happy, so light, so jovial. It's like you have just reached in a place that you've never been before. It's something you experience because you have gone to another level, another realm, and you have communicated with God who is the Spirit, and the Holy Spirit has ministered to you. So it is very important. In 1 Corinthians 14, I would like to look at that. I like this, that this explains a lot to me concerning the praying the Spirit. Then I want you to tell me something about it you have experienced before we continue. Because we are free here, we're talking about our experience. 14 says, for if I pray in a tongue, my spirit prays, but my understanding is unfruitful. Not only my understanding, the person next to me who hears me praying the Spirit, his understanding is unfruitful. And so why would I bother to try to explain myself to somebody when I'm praying in my prayer language and he doesn't understand? It's a mystery. I'm speaking the language of God. Now, the devil listens, but he doesn't understand all the languages. He does not understand. So when you're praying in your prayer language, which is praying in the Spirit, you have outwitted the devil. He's there, but he say, what is Lee saying? Lee is speaking to the Father, the language of the Father. And therefore, he does not understand. For example, if I switched in Luo, that's a language that I communicate with my kids and back home, you would not understand me. You would ask me, what are you talking about? I'm speaking English. Do you think English is my mother tongue? No. It is not. I learned it. How come I speak English and they come from Africa? It's because I was colonized, or we were colonized by the British. And what is their language? English. In the British colony, who is the head? The Queen. And so the Queen imposes, or the King imposes his language to his subject. And therefore, God, who is our King, Jesus our King, and we are subject to him because we belong to his kingdom. He gives us a language to communicate with him. You cannot be a leader or a father and you don't understand the language of your children and they don't understand you. Does that make sense? So that's why it is important. Because I speak English so that when I meet the Queen of England, I'll be able to communicate with her, because they colonized Kenya. And they said, you must speak this language so that when I come, I communicate with you. You are my subject. How much more would our Father in heaven give us a language when we ask him, so that we communicate with him the deep things of his kingdom? Then number 4. Now before we go there, let me stop. Tell me about, you all pray in the Spirit. What is your experience?
My personal experience